I graduated from the Journalism and Media Studies program in 2014. I am a PhD student at finishing my doctorate at the University of Illinois at Chicago in communication. And I focus primarily on media archaeology and the history of human-machine communication without having faculty at SDSU who were open to different approaches that sometimes, in strict communication canons, they want you to kind of follow a strict and narrow. And you just allowed us to explore what we were interested in. And so I focus primarily on science and technology studies and human-machine communication, both writing and teaching at different schools in the Chicagoland area as I finish my PhD in communication. I think one of the biggest features that drew me to San Diego State's Journalism and Media Studies program in the first place was the Media Studies program, because I came from an English background and I really was interested in finding that bridge to the communication and media studies background. And the way of doing that was finding a substantive program in mass communication and media studies in order to bridge that gap. And that's what I found at SDSU. And primarily the attraction of the program was the faculty like you that it has, but also the multi-dimensional focus on all different types of mass communication that really distinguishes itself from communication-specific departments. By the time you get to a PhD program, there may be methods classes depending on the school that you end up with, but they already assume that you have those skills, and a lot of master's programs don't offer those hard quant skills classes. And so learning SPSS, understanding the different methodologies in 620, both quantitative and qualitative methods, that was more rigorous than even the methods classes that I've experienced so far. So I think that was extremely valuable in terms of just hard skill set. And I know 620 is hard, but it will pay off, I promise you. Soft skills, obviously networking is a big part of what we do, but also learning that it's not about finding the school that is your fit, but it's about finding the people who you fit with when you're looking at a PhD program, and looking at the specific faculty and the research that they're doing and what you want to work with, understanding that that is where our focus should be as master's students. If we're going to a PhD program, I think was extremely important. They don't have a class that teaches that. It's just something that you pick up along the way through conversation and guidance with from your faculties. You have an entire mini canon almost within the department, which you don't really get. Now that I've gone out into the other world of academia, it's pretty rare to have such a broad focus in one department that is congealed in some way. And the background of the faculty members is so substantive, and what we learn is so substantive. So I would say certainly substantive. The value of the connections that I have made from SDSU, both with faculty, but also with others of my cohort that we've stayed in contact. But also, it sounds corny, but family, it's familial in some way, which I guess are the things that you want in a partnership. You want to feel like you're at home in some way. I still kind of feel like SDSU is my home. Like whenever I talk about my school, I don't mean UIC, I mean SDSU. No offense to UIC, I love it. But I still consider SDSU like my home school for some strange reason. It's something that I will continue to value for the rest of my academic career, at least probably my life. SDSU was the perfect balance for both those students who wanted to continue their work within media spaces in the real world, and then those of us who wanted to go into the academy. And so it was a match made in heaven.